Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day is an adventure in your kitchen. In fact, today was quite an adventure. So this video started out being a potato chip video. In fact, I even took a thumbnail. Look, there I am with a potato chip. However, while yes, your air fryer can make potato chips, why would you want to? I mean, yes, preservative free, but it only makes about 18 chips and they're good, but they're not that good. So without further ado, here is the real reason that you clicked on this thumbnail. We are gonna do a scalloped potato, easy, quick, mouth-watering delicious in our oven. Not the air fryer. I mean, you could cook it in the air fryer, but I have an oven. I'm gonna cook it in the oven. But this is a great one to have in your pocket for when you have an abundance of potatoes that you wanna use up really quick. And I have an abundance of potatoes I need to use up really quick because I did my whole 5-pound bag of potatoes for those potato chips, and there's no way I'm going to spend that much time making potato chips 18 chips at a time. Just not gonna happen. So instead, here's scalloped potatoes. Let's go. All right, so scalloped potatoes. This one is super easy and it is optional that you use cheese. However, cheese is God's gift to humanity, so we are using cheese. You can make this gluten-free as I'm going to do today. However, you don't have to make it gluten-free. Just put in regular old flour and you'll be good to go. All right, so let's get started. We are gonna go ahead and melt 1/4 of a tablespoon of butter with 1 whole diced onion. All right, let's go ahead and add that garlic in, and we're just gonna soften this onion. We are not going to caramelize it. All right, and this is just gonna take about 3 minutes. What I love about this scalloped potatoes recipe is that it is a pantry staple recipe. So you have potatoes that you think are gonna go bad, do this recipe. Great side dish, very delicious, has everything you want in a home style kind of warm fuzzy meal. It's delicious. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add our flour, and we're gonna just cook that with the onions for about a minute or 2. We're just kind of cooking it up, kind of making a roux of sorts, but not really, because you don't really make a roux with onion, but we kind of are. All right, at the end of 1 or 2 minutes, we are gonna go ahead and add our chicken broth. All right, and then I'm gonna switch to a whisk. Now I'm gonna add my milk and I'm gonna whisk to combine, and we're gonna add this slowly so that we can get a nice creamy sauce. We don't want lumps. Well, other than the onion lumps. All right, once all the liquid has been added in, we are gonna bring this to a boil and let it boil for only 1 minute. And then we're going to add the salt and the pepper, whisk it up, and take it off the heat. And we want to continue to whisk as we bring it to a boil. So we're going to add the salt and pepper. And then we're going to whisk that and let it boil for about 1 minute. This is getting really thick. It's beautiful. All right, at the end of your minute, go ahead and get it off of the heat, and we are ready to assemble. We are going to grease a 9x13 pan because we don't want the potato to stick to the bottom. I know how frustrating it is to get to the bottom of a scalloped potato pan and have to like chip away or throw away that bottom, so just make sure that you have it well oiled. Now we're going to take about 1/3 of the potatoes and we are just going to spread them on the bottom of our pan. Now, if you wanted to be real pretty like, you could do it like ratatouille style where you're spreading all of them very perfectly, but we don't got time for that today. We're just going to spread them at the bottom in a nice layer a third of the potatoes, and they can be on top of each other because that is totally acceptable for scalloped potatoes. And that looks like about a third. Now we're gonna pour about a third of our sauce over the top. Now I'm gonna guess what a third is, but I assume it's about a cup and a half of this sauce, give or take. I don't know, I mean, we had 2 cups of milk and yeah, so it's about a cup and a half. Doesn't seem like very much though. All right, now we're gonna put in another third. I'm gonna be a little neater this time, just to make sure we can get them all in. Wow, that's a lot of potatoes. All right, our next layer of sauce is going down. I'm gonna go ahead and spread it just a little bit. And our last layer of potatoes. Okay, the last of the sauce going down. And let's go ahead and spread it out. And as it cooks, it will migrate. You don't have to be covering every single piece of potato. Man, that looks good. All right, we are gonna cover with some extra cheese, which this is optional. You do not have to do this part, but like I said, God gave us cheese. Well, technically he gave us cows, and science gave us cheese. But I appreciate the scientific development of cheese. So we're gonna use it. All right, I'm actually going to use my silicone stretch fit lid to bake because it is oven friendly up to 350. And I'm just going to spray the top so that the cheese does not stick. I love the stretch fit lids for this reason, because now I'm not throwing away foil and everything's covered. Now we want to go ahead and take off the air hole just so that there's chance for the steam to escape, because with foil the steam can escape out the sides, but since the silicone is tight fitting, you want to make sure to undo the lid. All right, we're going to get that into the oven for 45 minutes covered, and then we're going to uncover it and bake it for another 45 minutes. Then we are going to turn it on broil for just 3 minutes to brown up that cheese, and then it's going to be done. All right, I'll see you back here after we do all those steps. Okay, well, check it out. Our scalloped potatoes are out. They have been cooling for about 10 minutes, and now we are gonna slice into them and taste their deliciousness. Oh, delicious. Wow. Look at that. Oh, I should have put cheese inside of each of the layers, but I didn't want to die of a heart attack. So let's go ahead and give these a taste. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's fantastic. Man, if you find yourself with a whole bunch of thinly sliced potatoes that you don't know what you're gonna do with, scalloped potatoes is a win. If I would have had ham, I would have stuck some of that in too, but delicious. This is a warm and fuzzy meal for me. The comfort level of this dish is like so high you can't see it in the video. Like, it's up there. So good. Well, there you have it. We have one okay, it worked video and one bam, there it is. This is the most amazing scalloped potatoes. Quick and easy to put together and then get into the oven, especially when you have all those leftover potatoes that you think are gonna go bad. So there you have it. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure, and I'm always up for the adventure. So if you have one for me, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next adventure. And hopefully it's not making 18 potato chips in an air fryer. Bye, you guys.